Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Get Joint Strong with me, Will, the class where we rebuild your joints. We move better and stay strong for life. In today's workout, we're going to be doing hips. Everything that you are about to do should be done in a safe, slow, and controlled manner. Really focus on those joints and focus on the tissues that you are trying to work and feel and improve. Make sure there's no forcing, no pushing into closing angle joint pain. Here we go. We'll jump into the warm-up. Our first warm-ups are going to be hip CARs, and then we'll do a little segmental cat-cow right after that. So for our hip CARs, we're going to be doing them in quadruped today. So on the front side of the quadruped, you're not going to get quite as much external rotation on that hip CAR just because of the position, but quick demo for hip CAR. For those who may not be familiar, we're taking the hip through its full range of motion. Again, as I've said, from the quadruped, you won't get as much of that external rotation in the front. So this quadruped hip CAR is going to be lifting knee up into flexion. Then we're going to go to abduction out to the side. Once you've maxed out flexion and abduction, you're going to internally rotate as much as you can. So I'm just internally rotating the hip while maintaining that abduction, then moving into extension, around and down. That's half of the movement. Then I just reverse it. I'll move back into hip extension, out to the side to abduction. Then I'm going to start coming external rotation into that hip flexion, around and down. The movement is slow and controlled. Get as much range as your joint allows without compensating, right? So I'm not crunching my back or my abs to get hip flexion. I'm not rotating my torso to get here. I'm not extending the back. We're just controlling, slowly controlling and moving that joint. We're going to do 3 one way, 3 the other way. I'm sorry, we're going to go 3 back and forth, and then we'll switch legs and move on to the next exercise. So here we go. Start off in our quadruped, everything nice and tight. We'll bring a knee towards the chest, hip flexion. Then we'll go out to the side. Internally rotate. Once you max that abduction, hold that abduction and internal rotation. Squeeze as you push back into hip extension, around and down, and reverse it slowly. Try to feel that glute as you squeeze back into extension. Abduction out to the side. Everything else staying nice and tight. Only moving through that hip joint. Up, around and down. That's one. Second one. Slowly up, squeeze, out to the side. Internal rotation, kicking back, around and down, and reversing, up, out to the side. And that's 2, last one. Kicking up, out to the side, internal rotation, up, around and down. Finish it off, we'll reverse, kick back. All right, and then we'll switch sides. Knee to chest, out to the side, abduction. Hold that abduction, internal rotation, squeeze, abduction, internal rotation as I move to extension, around and down, and reverse extension, squeeze glute, out to the side, external rotation, up, around and down. Here we go, number 2, up, out to the side, internal rotation, squeeze, slow, feel the glute, and that extension, around and down, and reverse, squeeze back. And last one, up, out to the side, internal, extension, around and down, push back. Everything else staying nice and tight. around, and that's 3. All right. We'll move next into our segmental cat-cow. Quick demo. We're just moving our spine from lumbar all the way up to our neck, C-spine, and back down 1 segment at a time. So we're just trying to move each vertebrae as independently of as the other one as possible. If you're new to this kind of spine segmentation, your back may only move low back and upper back, or you may only feel it in one area, but just try to separate and segment. So quick demo, I'm going to start off in full flexion here. I'm tucking my pelvis, rounding my upper back, rounding my neck down, and I'm just going to go 1 segment at a time from low back. So I'm going to arch my pelvis. I'm going low back, mid back, all right, upper back, and then finally neck will come up. Arch, everything is an extension here, so everything is arched, feeling all of my back muscles working to create that motion through my spine, and then I'm just reversing it, tucking pelvis under, abs squeezing, creating that rounded. I'm moving up to upper back and down, and we're going to do that 90 seconds, and you don't have to keep pace with me. Just work at your own pace and really try to feel and connect to those tissues and connect to that movement. Again, you may not feel it the best today right now, but definitely should be an essential part of your program for hips and back. All right, so we have 90 seconds on the clock. Ready and begin. And as you're working, just try to note sensations that you're feeling, where you feel like you might have better control, where you might have worse control. What muscles do you feel squeezing and working? Do you notice yourself trying to compensate on certain parts? Are your elbows trying to bend? Are your hips shifting side to side? Just take a note as you're working. It's all information for you. And we've got about 30 seconds to go. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly come out. All right. So our first circuit that we're going to be getting into is 3 exercises. And I'll just demo the whole series here, and then we will then we'll go into it. So the first exercise is quadruped. So we're here and we're going to be doing hip capsule car. So we're just rotating the hip inside of the hip capsule, right? So I'm just rotating, external rotation, internal rotation, external rotation, internal rotation. Nice and slow, 60 seconds. Feel that thigh rotating, that femur rotating in the hip socket. Try not to sway the pelvis, right? We're just rotating hip in that socket. Get as much as range as you can, squeezing tension through the joint both ways the full time. Find that end, squeeze for more. Go the other way, find the end, squeeze for more. We'll actually do 6 of those repetitions, nice and slow, so we all stay together. I know our ranges are going to be different. If you hit your end range before I switch, just keep squeezing for more tension at wherever you're at as far as that range, and then switch. We'll all switch together. the end of that 6th rep, we're gonna be in and we're just gonna drop that knee behind. And all we're gonna do is a ramping PAILs contraction. So we're gonna feel that stretch on our glute there. So once we've dropped that down, we'll feel the stretch and I'm gonna try to push. I'm trying to rotate my hip again as if I'm pushing down to get out of that stretch. I'm using that stretching tissue to push, send force, rotating that against my back leg. That's number 2. That's gonna be a ramping effort. So 20 seconds at kind of a light effort, 20 seconds at a medium, and 20 seconds at your kind of higher effort. That's exercise number 2. Then number 3, we're gonna come back. Now we're gonna come down to our side for capsule CARs again. This is where if you have the ankle weight and you wanna use it, we'll just strap it on and you're trying to reach fatigue in 90 seconds now. So we're building muscle endurance in that joint, rotating it like it's supposed to, side to side. And again, we're not using hip abduction or adduction, just joint rotation, 90 seconds, rotating femur in that pelvic socket. All right, so those are our 3 exercises. We'll do those and we'll catch up the other leg. I'm gonna grab a quick pad here. This ground's a little bit hard. I'm just gonna rotate on this pad. So here we go. Total body tension, only hip moving in that hip socket. If this knee is bothering you or being down on the ground, you can totally go up against a wall or something, rotate in and out just like that. One quick modification if you did want to do that standing. And then for when you drop down, if you had a chair, you could just put that leg across on the chair, drop it down, push backwards against that chair. All right, so here we go. Capsule CARs, 6 repetitions. We'll start off going out. Here we go. Rotate out, squeeze, find your end, fight for more, and tension as if you're pulling a band in. Squeeze, 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 squeeze in. Hard, find your end, fight for more, keep squeezing. That's 1. We're gonna rotate out and rotate in, squeeze. That's 2. Rotate out and rotate in for 3. Keep squeezing. Tension pulling out as if you're pulling a band to that outside. Squeeze out and squeeze in for 4. Big squeeze out and big squeeze in for 5. Find that end, squeeze for more. Feel that underside, inside hip, right in that joint capsule. Squeeze. Last one. Squeeze outside, that outside of that hip joint. Squeeze and come in for 6. Hold that. Drop that knee down on that backside. Feel stretch on your glute of the top leg. Feel that glute in a stretch position. Use that stretching tissue to start pulling your foot against the thigh that's down. Pull. 20 seconds, light effort. And I'm giving you this time to feel that tissue, that stretching. Use that to pull that foot against your thigh. Squeeze against that stretch. Ramp it up to kind of that medium effort now, sending a little more force, controlled force through that joint, through those tissues. Deep breaths. Get ready. And strong effort, strong push. Stay mentally connected to that tissue and push a little harder back against that thigh now. Push. Push. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax out of it. We're going to move down to our capsule CAR where we're building the endurance of the tissue now. Throw on an ankle weight if you want. Side lying, open that hip up and rotate. Squeeze. And just rotating right on this axis, right? So imagine that I have a rod all the way down my leg. I'm just rotating that rod, squeezing in and out. If you don't have an ankle weight and you want to keep working harder to fatigue, just squeeze more tension, squeeze harder at those ends. Imagine that you're pushing against something or pulling a band this way, pulling a band back. We're passing the halfway point, and the goal is a high level of fatigue, if not muscular failure by this 90 seconds. So really try to get there. You've got 30 seconds to go. Keep squeezing, working towards that fatigue. Tiring out those tissues, making them rotate, making them work. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. All right, let's catch up the other leg now. All right. We are all set. Capsule CARs, in and out, right? Starting with out, 6 repetitions. Work with me. Tension through the full range of motion. So we're not just pushing at the end, squeezing hard there, pushing at the end inside. We're squeezing as if you were pulling hard the whole time. Here we go. Going out first, ready, and begin. Squeeze out. Feel that outside hip tissue squeeze and in. Rest of my body is nice and tight, like a statue. Squeeze out, pulling out. Tight, tight, tight. Find your end. Squeeze for a little more and in. Big squeeze in for 2. Squeeze. Feel the inside of the hip. Squeeze and working. Squeeze out. And in for 3. Big squeeze. Control that joint, feel it moving, rotating out. And in for 4. Rotate out, big squeeze, squeeze them out. And in for 5. Last one, out, squeeze. Big squeeze and in for 6. Hold it there, squeeze that inside. Drop that knee behind. Find the stretch. Find the stretch on that glute. Start using that stretching glute to rotate against that back leg. Here we go. Get in position, find stretch and squeeze. 20 seconds of concentrated light effort. Just getting used to using that tissue to pull. Keep that intent right in that stretching tissue. Use it, pull, and start ramping up to a medium effort using just that tissue, just that stretching tissue that you feel. Pull leg into your thigh, keep pulling. And slowly start ramping to that strong effort. Strong effort here, 20 seconds. Now you're trying to fatigue that tissue. Fatigue it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Grab your weight if you've got it, if you want it. Down to sidelying. 90 seconds to fatigue. Ready and begin. Smooth, controlled movements. Try to isolate the joint. Make sure that that joint can rotate and do what it needs to do in isolation before we integrate movements. Let's try to reach fatigue. Passing that halfway point. Keep squeezing, keep working. And if the range gets smaller, that's okay as you're working. Don't stop, just keep it moving, keep tension in the tissue, right? We want to challenge the tissue, stress the tissue just a little bit because that little bit of strain signals the tissue to adapt. So if there's no challenge, there's no change. So keep working. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Take it down. All right. We are all done for that circuit. For a second circuit, we're going to be doing more of the eccentric training. So this is where we have our blocks if you need them. I'll just kind of easily set up here. And we'll start off actually in like, it'll be easier just to show you where we'll start off from in this kind of pseudo 90, right? You don't have to be strict about the 90 position. You can kind of be in here, whatever works for you. But here's the exercise. We're going to be starting up top and you're going to search for that stretch. I'm carrying a little bit. We'll search for that stretch that you just had in this position. We're going to search for that same stretch by sitting into that tissue. So I'm not going straight back. You could go straight back, but I'm kind of shifting out to the side, finding the best stretch, and find whatever you can explore as I'm talking. Find the best line of tissue, whether straight back, a little bit out to the side for you to feel that stretch. And we're going to use that stretch to train the muscles and the connective tissue around the hip joint. So you can even use that back leg to support, or you can stay in that 90, whatever works best for you to feel that. All right, so find that stretch and we're gonna push down. Same thing, we're pushing, rotating down, rotating, and also pushing into that stretch. And then we're gonna slowly sink into that stretch for 6 seconds, all the way down, and then we'll just reset. The more weight you take off by using your hands, obviously the less goes into your hips. But I also don't want it to be where you're balancing, right? So we're just sending force through that hip joint and then repeating. Here we go. Sit, find that tension, find that stretch, and sit back. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reset. Find that stretch, start pushing down, pushing that leg down like you're resisting as you're going down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reset. That's 2. Push down, sit back. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reset. And down. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reset. That's 4. Last 2. Push down and go. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reset. That's 5. Last one. Sit back. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold down here. We're going to do a 60-second isometric on the inside groin. So put one hand here, or you can go both hands and just try to squeeze that knee, lift that knee up against that. 60 seconds using inner groin. Ready and begin. Big push. Try to squeeze and lift up that groin. Nice, strong isometric contraction for that groin. Make sure you're squeezing. Challenge yourself to use that tissue. Squeeze it, right? We're not just sitting here stretching. We're squeezing up, trying to lift up and resisting that. Halfway there. Reach that fatigue. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly ease off that and we'll reset. Same side one more time through and then we'll catch up the other side. Find that stretch, start pushing down and begin. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reset. Make sure you're pushing down with that leg the whole time. We're not just sinking, but we're actually using force, right, to push down this way and rotate. So pressure at the knee and pressure at the foot and sink back. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reset. That's 2. And push. 6, 5, 4. Working deep into that stretch. 2, 1, and reset. That's 3. Here we go. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reset. That's 4. And pressure. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reset. That's 5. And push. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Hold. 60 seconds of groin. Ready and push. Squeeze up. Use that groin, really feel it, trying to squeeze. A little shaking is okay too. We're passing that halfway point. Keep squeezing, keep working. 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right. We're going to switch and we'll go to the other side. Switch all the way around. Find your position, find your stretch. As you're working to find your position and find your stretch, just a quick note, I kind of alluded to it, but you can have a straight leg. The position itself doesn't matter, right? We're not practicing the exercise. We're practicing accessing our joints and accessing our tissues. So whatever I can best do to feel this exercise, feel that stretch where I need to feel it, where I'm feeling it and I'm working, that's where I'm training my tissues in my joints. I'm not trying to get better at this position. I want to feel the tissues work. So whatever modifications you have to do to feel it working where we want to work, definitely do that. So here we go. Feel that stretch, start pushing down and begin. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reset. Find stretch, push down, tension in that stretching tissue. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reset. That's 2. Here we go. And push down. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reset for 3. Tension and go. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reset. That's 4. Tension, push, and go. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reset. That's 5. Last one. Sit back. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Put that hand over the groin. 60 seconds using groin, pushing up, and begin. Squeeze. Using inner groin, all in here to pull up, squeeze, push that knee up against the hand. Hand pushing knee down. Halfway there, keep working, try to reach fatigue. Not just a light push, but fatiguing that tissue. It's that fatigue that stresses the tissues enough to send that signal to adapt. So keep squeezing, try to fatigue. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we'll reset back up. Set 2. Find stretch and sit back. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reset. Tension, pushing down and go. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reset. That's 2. Big tension, tight, pushing down and sit back. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's 3. Reset. Here we go. Push. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reset. And push. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reset. Last one. Push. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hand on groin or hand on knee, squeezing groin. Ready and push. Squeeze up. Fatigue that groin. Fatigue it, fatigue it, fatigue it. "30 seconds. Keep working, squeeze up. 15, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Ease off. All right. So we did 2 sets of those back to back. We did 1 set of circuit A. So we are coming back to our second set of circuit A now. So we're going to go capsule cars, 6 of them. Hard squeeze. So your hip should be moving a little bit better. Might be fatigued, but should be moving a little bit better through those 6. Dropping the knee down. We're just going to do 10, 10, 10. So 30 seconds, 10 ramp, 10 ramp, 10. Then we'll go to our Sidelying capsule car with the weight if you have it. Just 60 seconds, hard, really fatigue it out. So here we go. Let's just do 3 of these. We'll start going to the outside. Ready and begin. Squeeze out, hard, big squeeze. Feel that hip rotating and squeeze in, big rotation. Might feel different now than the first time. Squeeze out, rotate, big tension, and rotate in. Squeeze that nice tension. Last one, rotate out and squeeze in hard. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Drop that knee behind. Find that stretching tissue, what we've been doing, and rotate. Push that ankle against the thigh. 10 seconds. Feel it, connect to it. Use it, sending that force, and ramp it up to like a medium effort, medium to strong, hard effort here. Keeping it just in that stretching tissue. Keep pushing. And last 10 seconds, hard ramp. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Get your ankle weight if you want it. 60 seconds. Now we're really trying to get to that fatigue. Here we go. Ready and begin. Just rotating on that axis. Hard squeezes, big rotation. Get as much rotation through that joint, tension through the joint as you can as you're working towards fatigue. Passing that halfway point. Ramp up even more tension in that squeeze if you need to. Got 20 seconds. Stay with it. Last 10. Keep squeezing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. We'll catch up the other leg. Three repetitions here. Ready and begin. Rotate out and squeeze in for 1. Big squeeze. Tension through the whole rep. Squeeze, pulling out and squeeze in for 2. Rotate, big squeeze out and squeeze in for 3. Drop that leg behind and push, ramp. 10 seconds. Finding that tissue, using that tissue to work, send force. Ramp up to a medium. And 10 seconds, hard push, finish it out. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Grab your ankle weight. "60 seconds, capsule car to fatigue." Ready and begin. Keep that tension as high as you need to get to fatigue. Feel the tissues that are creating this rotation on the inside and outside of the hip. Don't use anything else, just the hip to create this rotation. No pelvis, no arching of the back. Passing that halfway point, 30 seconds to go. Fatigue it out. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Last thing we're doing, 1 hip car each leg. Sidelying now. From this sideline position, externally rotate. So we're squeezing the inside groin. We've been working squeeze and lift. Knee towards the chest. Keep holding that rotation in. Once you've maxed that out, move out to the side. We've been in this position all day. Rotate back. Squeeze that outside hip. Push back into hip extension. Around and down, and we'll reverse it. Squeeze glute, push back. Lift out to the side. Side glute. Rotate forward. Knee to chest. Keep that rotation around and down. And switch to other side. Squeeze inside groin that we've been working. Squeeze, pulling in. Knee to chest. Up. Once you've maxed that out, keep holding that rotation as you rotate out to the side. Hold that hip abduction, rotate back. That squeeze that you've been doing, hold that wide as you kick back, around and down, just using that hip. Squeeze glute, side hip, rotate under, get that rotation we've been working. Tight, squeeze up, around, and down. And you did it. Thank you, everybody. Hope you had a great workout. If you like that one, please like the video, subscribe. It really helps me to stay on and continue to create great content for you. If you want to rebuild your body joint by joint, highly recommend that you start with this next video here and continue on through the series.